Om Shanti. A very good morning to everyone. Let's start by inviting our beloved Baba with love and reverence. Following that, we will extend an invitation to Baba to join this gathering. Everyone will take the opportunity to review their goals in front of Baba and then listen attentively to Baba's words. Therefore, let us all collectively call upon Baba. Om Shanti. Today is particularly significant because it marks the first day of March, which holds a special importance for all of us. I need to speak to the brothers and sisters on YouTube who are not in a group. This is a Murli division class. This Murli division class aims to help us better understand the teachings of the Murli. We share exactly what Baba explains to us. However, this will be effective only if you diligently do your spiritual homework. The first and foremost step is to keep a detailed and up-to-date chart. On the first or second day of each month, the chart is uploaded on YouTube. For example, it will be available by this evening. Follow that chart for a month continuously. You should not miss even a single day of this practice. Do as much as you possibly can, but ensure that you do it without fail. You will go to the place where you feel the most comfortable. Thus, we do not insist on where you should listen. The key point is to truly grasp the essence of this Murli and to earnestly practice it. You obey your parents' commands, love your parents very much, and love the Murli very much, but you do not obey your parents' commands and do not apply the Murli. Therefore, they lose their value. One rule is to wake up early in the morning and touch your mother's feet, then touch your father's feet. Although you have received blessings, you are not incorporating the values instilled at home. So how should one properly integrate the Murli? We upload practical homework daily in short segments. If you cannot listen to all, hear the short version. So this involves understanding the Murli on a daily basis, comprehending how to work on the Murli each day, and knowing the way to immerse yourself deeply into the Murli. We had previously given an example where if there are parents and I am their child, then it is important to understand that if I truly love my parents, whether it's my parents' love for me or mine for them, they can express it in various ways. They might choose to give me gifts, embrace me warmly, or commend me for my accomplishments. If I err, they can gently correct me. There are many ways they can show their affection, such as presenting gifts, surprising me with something special, or bestowing their blessings. Just like the teachings of the Murli, there are countless methods to convey love. To show love for God, the Murli is the perfect medium. Whether it is about giving a gift, the Murli acts as the bridge, or if there is a need to give a warning, the Murli is the means. For bestowing blessings, imparting lessons, expressing emotions, presenting a gift, or even sharing a song, every divine feeling is conveyed through the Murli. It's not as simple as listening to the Murli just once in the morning and expecting it to integrate into your life. You need to put in the necessary effort and diligently work on it with commitment. And let me stress again, try doing this spiritual homework for an entire month and do it in your own unique way. While it's important to take our suggestions on how to work on the Murli, ensure that your primary focus remains on the Murli. Following that, prioritize Baba, then your family, and finally attend to everything else that comes next. So I wanted to share these things with you today because today is the first of the month. The chart will be available today, and the new book is starting from today. Everyone can make their own arrangements for Brahma Bhojan, or it can also be posted in the group and you can read it from there. So give it a try. Try it for a month. If someone loves Shiva God, it means they love the Murli. Loving the Murli does not mean just going to the center in the morning and listening to it. You should listen to the Murli daily at the center without missing a day. But if you don't apply it, what's the benefit? Therefore, it's essential to practice the Murli teachings. And for those who have been engaging with the Murli over the last 6 weeks, if you have benefited from listening regularly on YouTube, please be sure to comment. This provides significant motivation to our entire team, who are dedicatedly working around the clock to upload content. They send in their unique spiritual experiences to share with everyone. Whenever someone has a yoga vision, it is shared so that others reading the comments can also learn about it. These were the thoughts I wanted to convey to you, especially since today is the first of the month, making it a perfect time to begin anew. Keep the chart with yourself. Do not send it to anyone, but make sure to keep it in writing. Today is March 1st, 2025, and these are the divine words of wisdom from Baba. Beloved children, love and detachment are the hallmarks of this spiritual practice. Love and enmity are traits of worldly life. Now your love is for one Father. You children always remember the Father. The path of involvement, which refers to the journey we undertake together with others, is known as the path of involvement. I don't need to stay attached to anyone in the path of renunciation. I have become a renunciant. In the path of householders, you are with your family. Our path is of householders. We have a new family, a new lineage, a new homeland, a new sanctuary, and a new age. Our new father. So we are in the household, and you are Shiva, the Supreme Soul. Today, love and the opposite intellect are actions of this household. Now, your love is for one Father. At this moment, your affection is centered on the one Father, and it is often mentioned that this kind of love is distinct, genuine, and incomparable. Affection, love, and affection. Affection and love. Take a moment to deeply and sincerely contemplate these words. Unconditional love, truly and completely unconditional love, in its purest and most genuine form. Your divine inheritance, your legacy, your spiritual heritage, your blessing. My heart has connected with God. Now, regardless of whether He accepts me or not, I am certain that He is mine and He is benevolent towards me. This is everything to me, just like it was for Mira. Learn how to love, and you will automatically get what you need. Just learn how to truly love, and whatever you need will come to you automatically. For example, take a look at the instances from your everyday life. Whoever you have deep affection for, whether it is your children, your mom, your dad, or anyone else. And from them we receive unconditional love. Mom, please give me 100 rupees. There are 100 rupees in the purse today. Okay, Take it, but be careful. So love and opposition are like letters of the alphabet. Now your love is for one father. You children constantly remember the father. Beloved Baba holds high hopes that you children will always keep Baba in your thoughts. The question arises, what other term would you use for this remembrance? What other name could we give to the journey of remembrance? Tell me, who do you think of when we speak of remembrance? In simple terms, it is known as the journey of remembrance. So, if we were to rename the journey of remembrance, what would you call it? Who comes to mind when you embark on this journey? Let's hear everyone's answers. The journey of relationships is indeed the right answer, and comprehending the essence and significance of these relationships is absolutely correct. The journey of love is truly wonderful, and the path of endearment, along with the voyage of attachment to those we cherish, is a deeply meaningful and heartfelt experience. My response hasn't come through yet, so I'll share it with you later. The journey of belonging and the journey of attainment are indeed correct. And regarding my answer, it won't be from today, but starting tomorrow. Yes, starting tomorrow, Brahma Bhojan will be served. Okay? The journey of surrender is indeed the correct answer. My response was about the journey of surrender. Now Baba will provide further explanation on this. The journey of remembrance is also known as the journey of love. Those with an opposing intellect get trapped in names and forms, making their intellect impure. Their love is for one Father, and they continue to give the donation of knowledge. Those whose intellect loves one Father continue to give the donation of knowledge. And charity involves giving what you already possess. Knowledge and charity can only be shared from what you possess. You cannot take sugar from your neighbor and give it to someone else. If someone comes to you asking for sugar and you have it, you can give it to them. However, if you do not have it, you cannot provide it. In the same way, if you possess virtues, you can share them with others. But if you lack them, merely making noise will not be beneficial. Yesterday, I shared with you that true effort means spreading joy to others. If you find that you cannot bring joy to anyone, then it is best to stay quietly at home. In this too, many points will be accumulated. Those who have love for the one Father will continue to donate the knowledge of remembrance. They cannot have love for any bodily being. There is a very good story about this in history. Our brother Brij Mohanji was involved, and Brij Mohanji, his worldly father, was also a very good child of Baba, so he left his body. So when the body was left behind, brother Brij Mohan, who had a physique similar to brother's, decided to make use of all 10 to 12 pairs of clothes that were available. He proudly told Baba, Baba, look, see how I did not let them go to waste and utilize them instead. When my father left his physical body, I am sure that nothing went to waste and made good use of everything. Baba, who is always our beloved Baba, says to us, children, wear your worldly father's clothes, you will adopt his ways. Wear your spiritual father's clothes, you will adopt his ways. This is perfectly fine. So she gave all the dresses to Baba, asking him to use them again and give them to her. Baba gave her the dresses, but somehow the brother didn't come for a long time. When he came next time, it was after 1.5 years. So when Brother G arrived and was staying in Madhuban, he was wandering around here and there. And then he noticed that the washerman had his father's pen in his pocket. As soon as he saw it, he was instantly reminded that it belonged to his father. So he informed Baba, expressing how truthful his words are and how deeply we can become attached to things. For instance, The washerman is wearing my father's clothes, even though my father passed away a year and a half ago, illustrating the profound connection. They will not have affection for any embodied being. The song is that time is passing. Who among us knows the very first line of this song? Let's see if anyone can tell us the opening line. If we don't refer to it as a verse, then what should we call those first two lines? Does anyone remember them? How many years have you been immersed in this spiritual knowledge and practice? It's important for you to know this line. And if you don't, it's crucial to recognize today that this is an oversight. Now, who can explain it? Amandeep Mataji. All right. If you happen to give an incorrect answer at any time, you will unfortunately receive 0 marks for it, without exception. How much is 2 out of 2? Could it possibly be 5 and 6, or maybe something like 3 plus something else? The right answer is no. Amardeep Mataji, please tell us the answer. Can anyone tell us who knows the answer? These are the people who want to do it. These are the people who have goals. These are the people who give importance to things, even they don't know. What was the result? If Baba said to grade just the first line, how many points would you get? 0. For some, the issue lies in the swift passage of time. Yes. Are you aware of what the clock is indicating? Yes. Do you understand the message the clock is delivering? Oh, careless one, time is slipping away from you, and you are letting it pass by without realizing its value and significance. Is it really possible to reduce one's age even by a tiny bit more? First and foremost, sister, please be honest and tell me exactly where you copied and pasted this from. So, what are the lines of this? Careless one, this indeed concerns the passage of time and its significance. The clock is ticking, and each second passing is like a crocodile making an announcement. An announcement in this context means a clear and loud warning. Careless one, time is slipping away from you. This means that he is making an announcement, shouting it loudly. In the past, they used to come, beating the drum repeatedly, saying, "Listen, listen, listen." You might have seen this in TV dramas and similar programs, right? It's known as Manadi, where someone beats a drum to make an announcement. Today, Maharaj has gathered everyone together, and this signifies that there is no need for any kind of worry or concern whatsoever. You have lost another precious moment of your life, which essentially means that it is all right. And this is the first line. It is essential to place an extraordinary amount of emphasis on the Murli and pay very close attention to each and every line that Baba has spoken. If you miss even a single moment, it will be lost forever. And this means you must be exceptionally careful and attentive at all times. So, who is it meant for? Who will it wait for? Just do whatever needs to be done. This is simply a typographical error. So, Disha announced the first prize. Let's give a round of applause. So today, everyone needs to concentrate their minds, for this moment won't stand still, and neither will the story or anything else. Today, everyone needs to focus on listening to this song and uncovering its true meaning. Understood? Look, even the first line is not remembered. I know people who have been in knowledge for 10, 20 years, but they can't remember even a single line. Time is moving forward. Om Shanti. Baba is guiding the children. You can call this the journey of remembrance or the journey of love. This is what I am teaching you. So, in this journey of remembrance, as you were immersed in Baba's journey, people ascend on that path of love. This creation embarks on its journey, with each creation being unique. Advance forward by remaining truly pure on this journey. No one truly knows the Creator, but now you have come to know the Creator, the Father. You should never stop remembering that Father in your mind at any time. You must never pause in remembering that Baba. How can you avoid stopping? By following a well-structured routine. Begin with Amrit Vela, then move on to preparing for Murli. After Murli, focus on getting ready for your meals. As you go through your day, always incorporate Baba into your activities. Those who have a strong affection for him will find their spiritual journey more rewarding. Those who have true love will always be good here. Look, our Mahakumbha just happened. It was a huge event with around 70 to 80 crore people. Across India, 140 crore attended. Out of those, 80 crore gathered in one place. Imagine how massive the system was. People were saying, Mom, don't go there. But no, they will definitely go. The one who has love will go. Even if they cannot walk due to pain in their leg, someone will carry them. Isn't it so? Dad, Dad, there's a huge crowd there, but if one's love is deep, their journey will be smooth. They will embark on their journey with ease. The more you journey with love, the more you will become pure. And this is the path we follow here. The more devotion you have on the journey, the more you are rewarded. Devotion's fare is given. The more genuinely you undertake the journey, the purer you become. Shiv Baba is pleased. In times of destruction, the mind can be adverse or loving. You children know it's the time of destruction now. You are aware that the ideas of love and opposing intellect during the time of destruction are not applicable to the worldly souls, but to us, the spiritual beings. We say this person lacks Baba's knowledge. Their mind is misguided during destruction. Those who have understood the knowledge of God and those souls who are taking their disciplines and practices for granted are taking their families for granted. Those who take their silence and yoga for granted are considered to have an opposite intellect. This is the Gita episode. Baba contrasted Sri Krishna's Gita with Trimurti Shiv's Gita. So, who is the deity of the Gita now? Today, I am the Supreme Father Shiva. We should not just write Shiva because many have that name. Writing Supreme Father, Supreme Soul makes it clear he is the Supreme. You must tell the full name, Supreme Father Shiva, the Supreme Soul. No one can call themselves the Supreme Father. The Supreme Father cannot call himself that. Renunciates say Shivoham, but they cannot even remember the Father. They have no knowledge of the Father. If you consider yourself to be God, how can you remember God? Moreover, when I proclaim that I am omnipresent, that I am everything and everywhere, it eliminates any room for personal growth or improvement within me. And wherever there is arrogance about one's knowledge, wherever there is pride in one's knowledge, it starts to transform into ego. There is no love for the Father. Love and opposition are traits of the mind. Some children love the Father, others oppose him. This is the point here. This is about here. The wisdom from God, the nurturing from God, and the divine impressions cannot be continued with two souls together. You cannot harmonize with two souls simultaneously. It's impossible to align with two souls at the same time, sometimes one way, sometimes another. The path of sincere spiritual effort, leading to the highest state, involves the symbolic act of surrender. It is important to stay calm and maintain inner peace on this journey. Whatever you need to say, whatever irritation you have, whatever anger you feel, you should express it in front of Baba. So I said, do not bring it here, I will handle it at home. You brought it here and sat down. What should I do? Express all your frustrations in Baba's room. Share it with Baba. Do not share it with anyone else. This is what is called genuine love and affection. When you face irritation from your mother, mother in law, or sister in law, I had suggested that it might be best to get a separate house. You cook his food, take care of his needs, and listen to him throughout the day. This is your routine, and then the considerate husband reassures you, saying, "It's okay, everything will be all right," and shows his affection. This is how it should be. Baba has something important to convey. He understands that Lord Shiva is making his presence known. If Baba wishes, he can bring about this transformation in just a second, but the path of taking the test is the appropriate way for the children. Their love for the Father is evident in those who are dedicated to serving Him. Understood? Stay dedicated to service. I don't just mean distributing flyers or sharing knowledge. That's secondary. Service signifies having love for the Divine Father. Those who share a deep connection with the Father are truly devoted to His service, and the core of serving the Father lies in bringing about significant change. To serve the Father means to have the authority and capability to transform things positively. There can be no love for anyone else except for Baba. Shiv Baba is the one we refer to as Baba, and we are solely your helpers. Brahma is not involved in this matter at all. Those souls who have love for Shiv Baba will undoubtedly be helpers. Baba cannot speak to you. Baba cannot speak. Do not trouble him, brother. This thought is simple. This idea is straightforward. Why were you troubling him? But why doesn't Baba speak? This path leads to the highest state. The souls who are to become future rulers need to experience everything, including the extent of their endurance. To manage the entire world, if there are 4 or 5 souls, they are kept specifically for training purposes. When you go for training in the army, what happens? There are 2 or 3 instructors, and they are very strict. They also misbehave, abuse, and even hit. There are only 3 or 4 of them, but the training of those 3 or 4 gives them the strength to fight against 3 or 4 souls. Therefore, those souls who have affection for Shiv Baba will undoubtedly be supportive. They will keep engaging in service with Shiv Baba. Without such affection, they become indifferent. A mind that lacks affection leads to downfall. Such a mind will encounter destruction. Which effort will be lost? The virtues will be diminished. If you do not feel inclined to make an effort, if this is the situation, it means your engagement with yoga is diminishing. You lack the motivation to practice meditation. A mind filled with love will destroy its own virtues and immortality. No one follows the right path. Everyone is doing it. So what if we miss the Murli one day? If something happens by mistake, that's different. Sometimes our schedule or old sanskars come up. That's a separate issue. But doing it knowingly is different. Those who have love for the Father will also become helpers. The more love, the more they will assist in service. If you do not remember, then there is no love. It's a simple fact. If you don't remember, there's no love. The child went to college for the first time after 12th grade. It's his first time out of school. The mother is eating and crying. Did he manage to have his meal or not? I wonder if he got a chance to eat. Let's go ahead and make a phone call to find out. Hello, Chintu, my dear. Yes, Mom. He ate 4 or 5 pizzas in the morning, and another 4 or 5 now. He is sitting there full, not remembering anything, but still deeply attached. He's not feeling hungry. Brother is sitting there fully engrossed in downloading. Those who have affection will assist in service, Without remembrance, there is no true love, and their attachment shifts to physical beings. People often exchange keepsakes, which serve as reminders, ensuring that they are remembered fondly. People give memorable things, and they are remembered. Brother, through remembrance, you will meet remembrance. A memorable thing, brother, when we meet for the first time, or it is a gift, will be remembered. Brother Brij Mohan loved mangoes. While dining with Baba, Brij Mohan Bhai Ji's mother was present, along with Baba and everyone else. Brij Mohan Bhai Ji sat one seat apart, indicating someone was seated between them. Mama was well aware of her son's love for mangoes. She picked up her own mango, brought it down, and gave it to brother Brij Mohan. And Baba, being Baba, observed this. The following day, Baba arranged for an entire basket filled with mangoes to be sent to Brij Mohan Bhai as a means of teaching an important lesson. The approach to illustrate? They will surely study here. Now the Father gives you the imperishable jewels of knowledge. The knowledge is imperishable. People are willing to spend millions upon millions for each disease, yet there is one single concept that can solve all our problems. The drama of life is precise and benevolent. With a heart full of love, there's no need for any medication, change of place, change of time, or even counseling if just this one key thing is grasped. Brother is definitely reading. Right now, the Father gives you children the imperishable jewels of knowledge. Through these, you attain kingship. These jewels are solely for kingship. By donating these imperishable jewels, there is a loving intellect. We know Baba has come to bring benefit to everyone. We too must become helpers. You know Baba has come to benefit everyone, and we must also become helpers. Such loving intellects are victorious in the end. Such loving intellects are victorious in the end. But those who do not engage in remembrance cannot be considered loving intellects. Those who do not engage in remembrance do not have a loving intellect. When you foster love for Baba and keep him in your thoughts, your negative deeds will be destroyed. When you have love for the Father and keep him in your thoughts, your sins will be eradicated. We will also guide others on the path to spiritual welfare. It is crucial to show others the way to welfare and guide them on that path, as it is of great importance. This is significant because it is my personal duty. It is my sacred duty to not only strive for the kingship that I wish to attain, but also to prepare others for it. Among you Brahmin children, there is both love and opposition. The more you remember the Father, the stronger your affection for him grows. The Father advises us to keep him in our thoughts constantly and to be his helpers. Recently, someone asked me, Brother, I live at home, and earlier they permitted me to visit the center, but now they do not. Does that mean I will not reach a higher spiritual state? I responded that this is all part of Baba's divine play and plan. He wants to remove you from physical services. He wants you to focus on a special service of yoga. You can practice yoga and let your thoughts flow with the awareness that you are not committing any sin. Their negative actions are being destroyed, for which you are accounting, and you can also practice yoga here. We do not forbid you from practicing Gyan Yoga, just do not go there. Thus, any soul, regardless of its location or circumstances, can sit peacefully and, with proper concentration, elevate itself to that supreme garland of divine remembrance. In the Supreme Rosary, one's role is determined by how vividly they can visualize themselves attaining that state and confidently affirming their ability to achieve it. Even among you Brahmins, there is love and its opposite. Those who remember Baba more are in love. Baba says, remember me constantly, and become my helpers. You should dwell in the constant remembrance of the one Creator and refrain from recalling any of His creations. We should always keep God and our true essence in our thoughts. No one else should occupy our minds. In this world, people neither recognize nor remember the Creator, not even the ascetics. They focus on Brahma, who is also a creation. The Creator is the same for everyone, isn't He? Truly, there is but one Creator for everyone, and all that we can see with our eyes is part of His creation. The Creator Father, however, remains beyond our sight. The Creator Father, who is the originator, remains unseen to us. Along with Him, what other things are invisible to our eyes but always remain with us? Please share your thoughts. One answer at a time, please. What else besides the Creator Father is not visible to us yet constantly accompanies us? Please tell me. The responses given are really excellent and quite appropriate. Now let's hear what Baba has to say. In those moments of silent remembrance, who is always with you? It's Baba, isn't it? Baba's blessings are ever present with us. Baba's hopes are always with us. Baba's subtle support remains with us. Baba's blessings, ours, virtues, and the family's prayers. All right? And as you revise and reflect on Baba's profound and hidden teachings, the great sayings of Baba will become more deeply ingrained in your consciousness. The more you immerse yourself in Baba's profound teachings, the more you'll feel surrounded by a powerful internal energy. Excellent responses. Well done. People don't know the Creator and creation. Ascetics remember Brahma, but they are part of creation. There is only one Creator for all. Everything that we perceive with our eyes, all the creations we see, are indeed creations. Even the images of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar are creations. The images that Brahma has created, as per Baba's instructions, should have an inscription at the top that reads, the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, Trimurti Shiv Bhagwan. Whatever pictures you create. Yesterday evening, we engaged in a very enlightening discussion about these matters. And when you design the model, you should consider the images in the history hall and the images in the meditation hall, the hall itself. In Pandav Bhavan, as you come out of Baba's room, there are stairs leading up where pictures from Baba's time are kept. You should read his writings very carefully and slowly. This time, everyone should take on the task of turning their home into a sanctuary of spirituality, just like Madhuban. Where is what kept? Today, the Supreme Father, Trimurti Shiva, is God. Someone may call themselves God, but they cannot be the Supreme Father. Connect your intellect to Shiva Baba, not the body. Your intellect's connection is with Shiva Baba. Understand yourself as a bodiless soul and remember me, your Father. The whole basis of love and opposition is spiritual service. The foundation of both affection and opposition is rooted in the act of service. So, what kinds of services can make me a loving soul? What types of spiritual services and activities can I undertake to cultivate a loving and devoted mind? So, this is the first topic. If there is true love, we will do Baba's service well. Only then will we be victorious. Without love, there is no service, and the position is lost. Today, everyone must extract the word love from today's Murli. How many sentences has Baba spoken using the word love? Write them all down by hand. They write everything by hand. In our group, some scientists from NASA came. What they do is copy from there, paste here, copy there, paste here. But spiritual teachers don't do it like that. They send one message. I copied and pasted, sent it, then I open it and check here. Copied and pasted, sent it, then I check again, and then another. All right, brother, let's not approach the situation in this manner. It is understandable if your sincere efforts end up causing you distress. Alright, focus on living your own personal life fully and allow others the space to live their lives in peace as well. Was there a specific timing mentioned for sending both the chart and the reflection? Because I have even set it to silent mode for several months now. So much. Without devotion, there will be no service, and the status achieved will be lower. It is said that a high status comes from love and service. A lower position is referred to as a lower position. It is said that from a higher position, one can either be destroyed or victorious. Destruction happens to everyone. However, the key point here is the discussion of love and its opposite. Without love, there can be no service, and consequently, the status remains lower. Destruction is something that eventually happens to everyone, but this discussion is specifically about the dynamics of love and opposition. There is only one Creator Father, and he is reverently referred to as Shiva, the Supreme Soul. There is only one Creator Father called Shiva, the Supreme Soul. Everyone else is known as deities. We celebrate Shiva Jayanti, but have you ever heard of Shankar Jayanti? As we observe Shiv Jayanti, I am confident that you have all delved deeply into its meaning this time and contemplated the actions to undertake thereafter. When people visit temples, they typically refer to them as Shiva temples, not Shankar temples. Likewise, they might say Shivale, but never Shankarale. They say Shivling, not Shankarling. Prajapita Brahma is also known as Bala. They celebrate Sri Krishna's birth, not Vishnu's. Many don't know the difference between Sri Krishna and Vishnu. Is needed. Who knows the difference between Sri Krishna and Vishnu? People think destructively in crises. Do you have favorable and unfavorable thoughts too? The Father says that your engagement in spiritual service is truly commendable. Your spiritual endeavor is truly commendable. Dedicate yourself to this service both morning and evening. Engage yourself in this service in the morning and evening. How many hours do we officially sit and practice yoga in our Brahmin life, which we cannot reduce? All right, all right. 3 hours is acceptable. 1 hour in the morning, another hour in the evening, and 15 minutes before and after the Murli session. That totals 2.5 hours, plus an additional half hour at night for recharging. No one should have a sitting yoga session for less than 3 hours. Evening time from 6 to 7 is very good. It is called the divine evening. It is said that deities descend to the earth. Baba has mentioned in the Murlis the great sayings of incorporeal Shiva. The time from 6 to 7 in the evening is considered semi-Amrit Vela. Satsangs are held in the evening and morning. The atmosphere becomes unfavorable at night. The soul enters a state of peace at night, known as sleep. Then, in the morning, they wake up and say, Ram Sri Ram, good morning. At this time, Baba lovingly explains to the children, remember me, Baba. When Shiva Baba enters the body, he instructs, remember me, the soul. You children are well aware of how much we remember Baba and engage in spiritual service. This is something everyone understands and should introduce themselves with. Understand yourself as a soul and remember the Father. This will change you from Tamopradhan to Satopradhan. Impurities will be removed. Your intellect will become pure. In the Murli from January 1970, Baba spoke about the percentage as well. The world sovereign will be mentioned for the 8th and 1st numbers. So what is lacking? Baba says that the impurities will be removed and there is a percentage of love in the intellect. If there is no love for the Father, then surely it is attached to your body or to friends and relatives, understood? When you love the Father, you will serve. Without remembrance, you won't engage in service either. It's very important to explain the essence to everyone. The key focus should be on enlightening everyone, including yourself, about the reason for the Father's arrival. It is fundamentally for the purpose of establishing sovereignty. Why be absorbed in God? Because we must meditate. Why remember the Father? Because we must recall the inheritance. Why do we focus on liberation? Because it means remembering the freedom of life. Essentially, why has God come? Because there is a divine purpose, without a goal. Therefore, even the act of remembering God loses its significance. Everyone needs to set their goals, and it is important that everyone writes down their goals today. Today, everyone who is reading this later on YouTube as well, write down your goals. What is the goal of your life? Then tomorrow we will clarify it, all right? Whatever mistakes or corrections, we will address them. Without love for the Father, there is no service. Explaining the secret of Alpha and Beta is very easy. They say, "O God, O Supreme Soul," and remember Him, but they do not know Him at all. Baba has explained that every picture must have Supreme Father Trimurti Shiv Baba written at the top. This ensures no one can say anything. What should we write in the 4 pages we have created? Trimurti Shiv Baba, today you, the Supreme Soul, are speaking to me. At this moment, you children are nurturing your own little plants. You are planting the seeds and showing the way. They will come and receive the inheritance from the Father. They do not know the Father, so their intellect lacks love. Sins have increased, making them completely degraded. Only those who remember the Father a lot will love Him. The love for the Father will be with those who are very. Their intellect will be of the golden age. Their intellect will become like gold if it stays focused, but if it wanders, they will remain in darkness. Even if they are sitting here, they will not have a loving intellect because they are not in remembrance. Even if you sit with a loving intellect, if it's not truly loving, your mind will wander. Sometimes you'll look at your mobile, sometimes at WhatsApp. You'll look to see who is coming and who is going. All right, at times you might doze off. Why does sleep overcome you? It's the result of past negative actions. It is a very rare and rarest case that you are tired and you do not get sleep due to the burden of sins. They will adopt and show mercy from above. Remember the Father to become pure. This is very easy to explain. The Father bestows the inheritance of the kingdom of heaven to the children. The simple concept is that the Father gives the inheritance of the kingdom of heaven to the children. One must become a child. Surely Shiv Baba came. That's why we celebrate Shiv Jayanti, right? Ram, Krishna, and others have all come and gone, so we have been celebrating them. They celebrate because Ram and Krishna existed. That's why they celebrate their birthdays. They also remember Shiv Baba. He comes and grants the children the sovereignty of the world. This study is for the entire world, and today, on March 1st, 2025, Baba is speaking these words, which means there is still a complete chance. Today's focus is that you can begin right now. You can instill that firmness from today itself. A newcomer might struggle to understand these concepts. How does the Supreme Being bestow the divine inheritance? Their minds are completely oblivious. On January 22nd, 1970, Baba said, Consider yourself an ancient soul from a time long past. Think of yourself as the oldest soul. Baba said this in 1970. Keep this feeling. We are the oldest of the old souls. The mind struggles with the act of remembrance. The Father himself mentions that you have been his lovers for half the cycle. Now, I am here. On the path of devotion, you have endured countless hardships. However, despite all those efforts, no one encountered God on the path of devotion. Even here, you face numerous obstacles, but you have indeed found God. What kinds of obstacles should you avoid in Brahma Kumaris? What kind of struggles do we keep facing? The blows of dependency. When you seek support from others and start organizing classes, it is essential that these sessions offer deep spiritual enrichment. All right, the shock of fame and honor. Asking for something is not considered a special task, and it is supposed to be a natural part of our spiritual journey. If our minds are burdened with worries and concerns, we will not be able to find the path forward in all these matters. So the intellect will not go towards Brahma Bhojan. It will be naturally accepted. If my intellect is going towards any kind of food, then it is not Brahma Bhojan. What is being made today means it is very subtle. Today is indeed quite special, and you have already gathered it very well in a subtle manner. Today is going to be delightful, as we will prepare some delicious sweets. You have gathered what rightfully belongs to God. These are Avyakt Mahavakyas from Baba. I am not speaking. These are his words. Do not let your thoughts scatter. Tomorrow we start the Brahma Bhojan book. It contains these great versions. However, no one has truly found God yet. And now you should contemplate in your mind about the various places you have traveled to reach this point. Today is the wedding of Sharmaji's daughter's younger brother's elder sister. There is a special Brahma Bhojan arranged exclusively for the family. All right, let's head there. But no one has met God. Now you children understand he came to India. He showed the path to liberation. Sri Krishna does not show this path. So, should we refrain from eating food altogether? No, we should certainly eat, just as God comes here to Bandhuban, and meals are prepared with great care for countless people. And in God's offering, there is only a small amount. So to become a supreme authority, it is crucial to embrace it fully rather than attempting to acquire it. You see, the memory space within you is already full, and it is necessary to delete some of the older items to make room for the new ones. Please, the sound is coming from there, brother. Leave it. I'm so burdened. Here, the intellect is not engaged. This is good. That is also good. So do not do this. Learn to accept. We do not know about Brahma Bhojan for the next 6 months. Let's download it now. Then yesterday was wasted. Yesterday the early morning was wasted. And yesterday you just ate food. How do you develop love for God? The Father comes to teach this to the people of India. In India, Shiv Jayanti is observed with profound respect, and you, the children, are aware that the supreme deity is known as Shiv. Hence, you proclaim that Shiv Jayanti is as valuable as diamonds, while other birthdays pale in comparison. Authorities can acknowledge this, but there is a chance they might miss this significant point. Writing in such a way can cause problems. So if you write Shiv Baba in every picture, you will be in safety. It is God who is speaking, not us. Some children do not fully understand and get upset. Maya's first attack is on the intellect. The first strike of Maya's influence is on the intellect. So the intellect does not directly suggest that one should indulge in burdens. First, the intellect says no. No. Baba has said it, right? First and foremost, Maya will not allow you to miss the sacred time of Amrit Vela. Initially, your mind might need a bit of time to settle. Missing the Murli in the beginning is understandable. Forgetting your diary today isn't a major issue. You arrived at the center but forgot to bring your diary. Go back, retrieve your diary, and then return. By that time, more than half of the Murli session will have passed. From the next day, you will never forget. But the day you think here, no problem, I will write it down on paper, that day is lost. These are the tricks of Maya. Always accept the offering. Today your favorite dish was offered. I always accept it, but today just a little. By severing the connection with the Father, one can plummet from the highest spiritual state to the very depths of the lowest realms. How do they fall from above? They do not just fall with a thud, do they? Yesterday I did that drill meditation you mentioned. So I practiced the subtle lift yoga. So in that situation, what would typically happen is I would get into the lift from here, then I would ascend to a higher floor, and then I would ascend once more. And from there, what do you call it in English? A roller coaster. There was a slide like that. So I, the soul, would glide down slowly, as if I had wings. Slowly, I was sliding down in that manner. And then the lift would come again, and I would be going up once more. Then, on the slide, I passed through the subtle region. Then I would sit here and then go up. Then there was a slide from there. I saw everything. Then I came and sat here. Maya, the illusion, will gradually pull you down, not in a sudden manner, but rather very slowly and steadily over time. When the intellect gets stuck with bodily beings, it becomes opposite to the Father. Now tell me, with which bodily beings does the intellect get stuck the most? Which people does your mind get most attached to? Tell me now. It is not about the physical realm, not at all. How many of the divine beings do you remember? From the body. Which body are you referring to? Typically, I find it easier to handle things independently, but it seems that conflicts with our children tend to occur more often. Everyone has their own karmic accounts. Those with negative accounts often come to mind. On one hand, our mind gets attached to the body, and we think about how dear our child, mother, or father is to us. On the other hand, there are those with whom we have conflicts or have fought in the past. This time, if Auntie is coming, I will speak to her properly. It also happens that last time they did certain things at the wedding, and now they are keeping a tally. When the intellect disconnects from its higher state, one inevitably falls down. Even though this is an eternal preordained drama, it needs to be understood properly. An opposing intellect can make one feel ensnared by names and forms, so listen closely. Now, with a mindset that opposes divine wisdom, consider where God might be. We were the ones with the most contrary intellects towards Him. There was strong body consciousness. Baba says those focused on the body emit the most odor, yet Baba still comes and sits among us. When you drive your car through an area where there are unpleasant or foul odors, don't you usually close the windows and doors to keep the smell out? What should Baba do? Adopt Baba's posture. Yes, Everyone should check themselves and sit quietly with Baba. Sweet children, sweet children, sweet children. Then, as you awaken a little of the soul's light in the soul conscious stage, you feel that Baba is a bit better, and now it feels good. Otherwise, stand up in service. Baba explained well yesterday too. The main point is, who is the God of the Gita? This is where you must achieve victory. You ask whether the God of the Gita is Sri Krishna or Shiv, the giver of happiness. Therefore, it is important that you cast your vote for them. As Shiva is the bestower of joy, it is only fitting that we cast our vote for him. His greatness is unparalleled. Who is the divine voice of the Gita? Those who cast their vote for Shiva will remark, this is a momentous election. This lecture is happening all over the world. We are standing in it. We have given our word to God. All these strategies will come to the minds of those who keep churning the ocean of thoughts throughout the day. These strategies will be in their minds, who will continue to churn the ocean of thoughts all day long. Many children recite the route while walking. Observe now, observe attentively, as the intellect guided by love. Observe, love sometimes breaks, people get upset. If something goes wrong, they may never remember you. I had told you stories about this in the physical form. The name is Namta. I don't remember the name exactly, but it was a mother from Mumbai in the physical form. Her duty was to play the songs. Before playing the songs, she had to go to the hut and ask Baba. Baba said, "Child, leave the sky throne and play the song." So they came and started playing the recording. Once it was playing, they left it on. If Baba Dada had come to the throne, he would say, "I have arrived and taken my seat, yet she continues to play music. Stop it and come to the throne." This made the young girl realize the significance of the moment. She spent the entire day without eating in this room, and it so happened that Manmohini Didi might have been living close by. The child wasn't seen all day, nor did she come for service. What happened? In the evening, sister asked about it. At that time, children are just children. Now, I don't know what their relationship was like, because now the elder said to play that song, and in the middle of my important class, such an insult happened. Oh my, oh my. Someone please bring the girl here. I would like to share a meal with her. Baba had a deep affection for Dadi and said, "Oh child, I was the one who requested that song to be played, and the one who said I have arrived here. It was indeed Shiv Baba speaking." So, at that time, the children understood, and gradually, things settled down. Sometimes, even minor issues can arise, and if someone gets upset, they may forget and never write letters, indicating a lack of love. Look, we write letters daily. Today, we need to write a special letter to Baba. Writing a letter is a way to communicate, but today, we must pen a special letter to Baba. How has my life changed since I met you? What is the true purpose of my life? And what are the things I am striving for? Even if something goes wrong, express gratitude to everyone for their efforts, for this life, and for the wisdom gained. Yes, the time we have now to sit at home and practice yoga is such a great strength from Baba. See the support we have got, what is happening in the world. If something goes wrong, they will never remember, nor will they write a letter, indicating no affection. So Baba will not take 6 to 8 months either. Baba will also take letters. Write to me, write to yourself. Baba is the supreme master of time. He is also the ruler of righteousness. But people often see the ruler of righteousness negatively. You must embody the virtues. When checked tomorrow, it will be simple. If you do not embody them, your marks will be deducted. You will have to sit in the previous class. If you don't have time to remember Baba, what will you achieve, brother? Yesterday, I had a very good experience with one of our sisters. Her name is... So she came all the way from Vietnam, and the last time she attended the class, she really pushed all her limits to understand. We took the time to explain a little about the target to her. Explain to her about Madhuban. She remembers you saying that one day, 1 week, and 1 year in Madhuban are equivalent to a year's worth of dedicated effort. Today, as she is leaving, she shared her experience and said, "Brother, from the day I arrived, I committed myself to making the most out of this entire year." She has been practicing meditation for 10 hours every day. Every day it was like a battle, and then she became very emotional and started crying. It is quite customary to thank the intermediary, but the real joy comes when we see the results that show the power of creating responsible souls. Then it feels like we are doing something for Madhuban. We need responsible souls in Madhuban. She said she didn't attend class because of a 10-hour commitment. This was your direction too. I said it's Baba's direction, not mine. If you live in Madhuban, take on responsibility. She also had some very profound experiences and became quite emotional while sharing them. She mentioned that although it had been many years, this time the experience at Madhuban was somewhat different. It has been very different, not just a little. Even after the class, we met for a while, and he told me that yesterday he also did night meditation. So responsible souls, responsibility. It is not that you come to Madhuban, get assigned a service, and become dedicated for years without doing anything. This does not work. Even laborers stay here. Thus, living a Madhubani life can be carried out from anywhere, and it isn't necessary for Baba to write. If you don't have time for Baba, how will you achieve any position? The position will be ruined. At first, Baba explained the role strategically, but now there are only a few. But earlier, Baba had shared many verses with great wisdom and cleverness. Which method was it, can you tell me? I had also explained that particular method to you all, so which method was it? Please tell me. The one where Baba had mentioned the positions. Speak up. Oh yes, Parul Didi and Trisha Didi, you are indeed correct. And Anil Bhaiya, you are also right. These are the appropriate names. Write your names, everyone. Come on, YouTube viewers, write your names too. For those of you watching on YouTube who haven't picked a name yet, please visit our channel today. Just as you are watching this video, scroll down to the channel section, then to the community section, and finally to the post. There, you'll find all the names, and you need to select one today. You need to choose a name for yourself, and you may wonder, what is my name? All right, let me tell you, in India, there is a well-known saying that a name holds immense power. All right, now let us ensure that everyone remembers their respective names, such as Harshit, Mohevi, Bhole Dadi, Janaki Dadi, Indramani, and Krishna Mohini. It is very important to remember that Janaki Dadi will stay with the group throughout this journey, providing her unwavering presence and support at all times. Everyone select your name and work on it. Focus on this every day. Write down your name and review it daily. Reflect on your goal along with your name each day. Understood? Brahma Kumar, Vishwaratan, Shantamani. Do not be intimidated by saying these names. There's nothing to be afraid of, right? Whenever you tell someone that you aspire to become the Prime Minister of this nation, people will laugh, just as you are laughing now. But if you have a determined goal, you will achieve it. Why hesitate to speak a name? It is a gift from God. All right. So now it is time to create the garland once more. And it is essential that we make the garland again. Baba will continue to praise the service bill And those who become kings themselves will say that our followers should also become like us. Underline this point. I am Lord Shiva. Today, those who become rulers will say our followers should also become rulers. We are not giving knowledge to anyone here. Never say we are creating subjects. Always say we are creating a family. If you make them subjects, they will act like subjects and bring sorrow. A half-believing minister has come to you. We are considering the possibility of surrendering ourselves completely in order to save our lives. This kind of advice was given to you during the Dvapara Yuga. Then what will happen? You will spend your entire life in prison and the whole kingdom will come. We will fight. This victory is ours. This land is ours. We will give our lives. The whole family stands united. No one dares challenge us. Even after 3,500 years, let anyone try. Lord Shiva is with us today. When individuals ascend to the throne, they desire their subjects to emulate them and govern similarly. This process is known as cultivating powerful leaders. Do not bring others down to elevate someone to the status of Vishu Maharaj. No, do not lie down, as you will not be able to achieve yoga in this way. Mother, as we delve into the essence of these profound beliefs, we must consider how much the soul can elevate itself spiritually. The king is called the provider and the parent. Now, the Divine Mother is Jagadamba. Through her, you receive boundless joy, and with your dedicated efforts, you attain significant achievements. You must strive to earn a living for yourself, taking responsibility for everything you do. Whatever you give to yourself. If you give joy, you give it to yourself. If you give sorrow, you give it to yourself. It will return 1,000-fold. So be careful. If you are planning for someone else, you are actually planning for yourself. If you are plotting against someone, you are plotting against yourself. When you bring others down, you fall too. What you give to yourself. You must strive diligently, and day by day, you children will come to know who will become what. As each day passes and we learn more about what everyone is destined to become, we will also come to appreciate just how splendid that day will be. Afraid of result day? On the day of the results, I was extremely focused. Baba, please just let me pass today. I didn't study all year, just this one day. Who will become what? Serve, and you will remember the Father. If you do not serve, how will you remember him? The Father remembers children with loving intellects. Baba will remember those who have a loving intellect. Baba explained that if you wear something from someone else, you'll remember them. If you take it from Baba's store, you'll remember Shiv Baba. Baba shares his experiences or reads about them, so don't keep anything from others. So this divine thing means that if someone is giving you something every time, and if these things do not benefit you, they should be offered into the sacred fire. However, there are times when you take part in a competition or receive gifts from the divine, and it becomes evident that these divine gifts are meant specifically for you by the Almighty. Baba will also give through some medium, but if someone is treating you personally repeatedly, it is dangerous. We should not keep any ill feelings. Sweet children should always remember the love and good morning from the spiritual father and mother, Baba Dada. We, the spiritual children, remember our spiritual Baba Dada. Good morning and namaste. For inculcation, keep a true heart with a detached and unique Baba. Maintain love. Always remember, never let the influence of Maya cloud your wisdom. Never be separated from the Father. Become all capable and shape your future. Do not keep anyone else's belongings with you. Through the method of purity, fortify the fortress and always remain victorious and obstacle-free. Purity. To ensure that every soul remains ever victorious and free from obstacles, organize synchronized yoga sessions at specific times. This way, no one will be able to sever this connection. As you increase your service, Maya will try harder to claim you. Therefore, just as you adopt purification practices when starting any task, you should also strive for the highest unity. May every soul unite with one pure intention. Victory comes from purity, and we are victorious. Our whole family is triumphant. We will now clarify this point thoroughly, which will significantly strengthen the fortress. The slogan is that the visible fruit of methodical and true service is happiness. When you engage in service with strategic methods and sincerity, happiness reveals itself. This joy motivates you to put in more effort. You are not feeling happiness, and what does happiness do? It propels you towards practicing yoga. All right then, Om Shanti. For the special chart, I will guide you. Just as we were practicing yoga during Shivratri this month, we must dedicate an extra half hour for the Kalpa tree of the entire Brahmin family. We need to give light to it, just as we did for Shivratri. We must create the Kalpa tree of all Brahmin souls in the world. And in that Kalpa tree, we must give everyone light, special wishes. At the very foundation of the Kalpa tree, akin to the Supreme Brahma Baba, I dedicate my penance to every soul in this Brahmin family for their ultimate purity. The power of knowledge is essential for anything. Take the powers from Baba and give them to everyone. The complete chart will be available, and from tomorrow onwards, we will commence with it. The Brahma Bhojan book is included, special importance is given to silence, and the service of Sakash, which Baba reminded us of today, is also emphasized. Although the chart was prepared, the audio was not, and today the final reading of another book was still pending, so I decided we would send it out tomorrow. If anyone has any questions, please let me know. So, what is today's practical homework? To start with, immerse yourself in listening to the song 3 times with full attention, and during this process, focus your meditation on each word of the song. You should listen to the song 3 times. The next practical assignment is to write a heartfelt letter to Baba, expressing what I am currently engaged in, what my aspirations are, and to offer sincere gratitude for all the tools and support provided to me. Next, transcribe all the sentences containing the word love by hand. All right, note it down in your notebook. Baba has spoken many things about the word love. How many times has the word love appeared? Everyone must write down their goal. Everyone must write down their goal without fail. You must write your goal in the letter. You have been given this homework. Firstly, as time is fleeting, what tasks must we complete? Secondly, the topic might have been about a loving and devoted intellect. So they will choose one of the 2 options and send it to you. Om Shanti. Now let's take a moment to remember Baba. Didi's query is that she struggles to maintain consistent yoga practice with the child. Here's a suggestion. Visualize placing Shiv Baba at the center of the child's forehead. All right? So now, whenever you are feeding the child, you are feeding Shiv Baba. Each time you nourish the child, you are nourishing Shiv Baba. Each time you playfully lift the child, you are lifting Shiv Baba. When the child cries, they call Shiv Baba. What more can we possibly do? When we are bathing a child and dressing them, we are doing all of these actions as offerings to Shiv Baba. All right, now let's divert our focus from the physical form to the spiritual essence and concentrate solely on the soul. Okay, my dear Shiv Baba, let's move forward together. Let's remember Baba. Now let's get started.